Hello, America. It's me again. I'm always ill prepared. Like I said, my computer's over there and I'm over here. This is my last video for the day. I think I'm a little burned out. I'm a little tired. I was up studying a lot last night. I had a lot to read. I was up late. I was up early. I need to go to work here in a little bit. So let's get this out of the way. Globally, all around the world, and quite frankly, this is all I'm going to say, forgiveness of all of our debt. On the international global scene, we've apparently forgiven so much debt that now we're going to make an appeal to the world, every country, that we need to have our debt forgiven as well. This comes back to the United States filing for bankruptcy, and why not? We can make a clean slate of it, and we won't just make it for the government, we'll make it for everyone. This is a push to bring our troops back to the United States. I'd like to see all of our Iraqi deployments land in Alaska. It would be a very good invasion point. Plus it would lock us off from what could potentially be a great oil supply in this country, which of course, as you know, if in the event of war, Americans would have to make the choice not to buy oil for the sake of fueling trucks to protect our nation. I think we need to secure our borders right now. I'm not going to, well, yeah, let's do it. I'm going to make this accusation out loud. China, with as many ships, with as much cargo as has been imported through China, we need to stop and consider something. What if instead of plastic toys and couches and linen, they're actually in fact packed full of cannons and artillery and the things that make the world go boom? China has a 20% stake in our banking. I say they don't have a 20% stake in our banking. They have a 20% stake in the World Bank. The Federal Reserve is our bank. So if we file for bankruptcy globally, we can return to a Federal Reserve system. We have a gold-backed dollar, or a silver-backed dollar even, would still make us the strongest. And I think I have a resolve under the guise of all of this. Mr. Gaddafi, if you want to sell your oil around the globe for even $25 a barrel or $20 a barrel, we'll sell it for $24.20, or we'll sell it for $9.80, or we'll sell it for a negative 20 cents globally just to crush your market economy, because you know this could make you a Middle East world power, and I think that's real scary, quite frankly. If we're going to use human rights in Iraq or in Iran versus our own human rights issues or policies concerning Abu Ghraib, then I don't see any difference. So if you're going to use human rights as a point to invade Iran, it's somewhat mute, because it's not like we're any better. Let's face it. Like I said, it's blood on our hands, and America, we need to stop this. The secret armies, this dates back to the Iran-Contra affair. There was a secret army then that was financed through a Swiss bank account, and money was moved from what were thought to be loyal, patriotic Americans. Can't seem to find the words today. Those people who donated money to help fight what they thought was communism under the Reagan administration had found out that this goes back a lot further and it's a lot deeper. Well, that secret army's back, only it's not so secret. They've told us about Blackwater. We know you exist. I'm fearful for how many others there actually are out there. Now, USA, their final goal is to make us another third world nation. That way, when the 10% of the power and the population of the world are still the 10%, and the other 90% are poor because they can afford the arms that they need to protect themselves and the lives that they need to defend themselves, you know, America, it's going to happen. It's soon to be a reality if Gaddafi has his way. Now, the Federal Reserve is a euphemism. The Federal Reserve is about as federal as Federal Express. No, they're not federal either, just so you know. They just call themselves Federal Express because they're I don't know, higher aspirations. Good for them. Who doesn't? America, we need to hang the whole oil mentality. Let's jump back to the Federal Reserve real quick. The Federal Reserve is nothing more than a bank. It's just a simple bank, plain as could be. And the fact of the matter is we owe them no loyalty. all senators and congressmen are to be paid from the Federal Reserve directly, which means that is the bank that they are supposed to be apportioned to. So if we start charging for incoming goods in this country, the fact of the matter is we're going to have a bunch of money because we're the largest consumers in the world. And if we block off our oil, even though it's in a national park, and remember this, the oil that they found is in a national park. That makes it national property. That makes it a national treasure. That's why I say we need to declare this a national treasure and kick everybody off of it and get them out of our way, so that America can go on with the business of the globe. Because if you're going to try to crush us under your weight, we're pushing back. Oil itself dates back to the days of whale oil. And this was considered to be an inhumane way of going about things. And America, we need to get off this oil mentality. They found oil in the earth. We stopped killing whales because we almost depleted them completely. And that's sort of sad. The Eskimo and the Japanese still hunt them as part of their daily dining. So, you know, that's where they should have been the whole time. Now, the perverse embarrassment, Brazil, want your rainforest back? We'll give it all back to you. We'll make them all go away. I swear it. I swear it, I swear it, I swear it. If the people listen to me, we can make this all happen. I've been keeping notes on sort of a really crappy design. I have no power in this country, but I have the most power in the world, just like you. I have the power to vote. I have the power to think free and dream of what a greater world it could be. I think we need to send a message out, and this is another one of my absolutely ludicrous trains of thought. We need to build a wooden gallows at the Smithsonian Institute, right in front of the Constitution of the United States of America. It'll send a message around this country about unpatriotic activity and how we've dealt with them since the time of the Civil War. That's one thing that's missing in this country, is the ability to enforce law, and we can't stop and trifle with attorneys, right, Marxist? Because the fact of the matter is once they're convicted, if they're ordered to hang for their crimes, there should be a public gallows where the people can stop and observe. Because it'll send a message to every loyal American in this country who really feels like an injustice has been done. And I'm not talking just politicians or even politicians. I'm talking about any American in this country who calls themselves an American and works to subvert our peace. My next point is going to be war on American soil. There hasn't been a war fought on American soil since the Civil War, hence the need for troops and the commandeering of Halliburton. You guys have the logistic people that you've hired out of our military. We're going to need them back to defend our country. Because if these foreign nations show up trying to collect, the fact of the matter is we're going to need you here. Which is probably why a majority of our force are deployed to the Middle East. Because the fact of the matter is if they get away with what they're thinking, then guess what? They invade our country, coming up through Mexico, coming down through China or down through Alaska, off the Russian seaboard. We wouldn't stand an Ice Cube's chance. So America, we need to get our troops back here, and that's part of that initiative to get a ballot going to return our troops, redeployment, I think we just covered that, disbandment, and the ejection of the United Nations, and complete ejection from our soil until we've straightened out our issues here in this country. Because America, we're all scared, and the first thing we need to do is fix what's wrong here. Now finally, I'm going to ask, or I'm going to explain that I feel like these are the steps in the right direction that we need to take, because we really are asking for global forgiveness. I have 30 seconds left, and America, I can't say that I have common sense, but you know what? All this information is available through some of the same resources that you use and I use, and I'd like for people to expand their mind and start reading as much as they watch. I love my country, and there's nothing I'd like to see more than a truly free America, free from debt, free from tyrannical rule, free from all of this, and just basically being a great nation. America, I have 30 seconds left. I want to point out that any type of action taken against the government as far as weapons or brutality is just a plain bad idea. We can do this peacefully, America. It just takes a little bit of rewriting of some legislation, not the Constitution, just the legislation, in order for all of this to come about in a peaceful manner. And we'll make appeal to the entire world to let them know that we really need forgiveness for all of our debt. If we go around the globe forgiving everyone else's debt and they don't forgive ours, hence the need for our military to be right here in this country, the best we can be.